Albuquerque's mayor set aside more than $1 million in this year's budget to take on crime and other problems inside the city's parks. After some recent high-profile crimes at city parks, we asked where that money is being spent. News 13's Chris McKee talked to the park's director about it. Chris is live tonight in downtown. Chris?
Yeah, Dean, the city says it is revamping its entire approach towards safety and tackling problems at parks. Now, the changes include paying for APD officers overtime to patrol parks.
Safety has been a problem in Albuquerque city parks for years. But after a 2015 shooting at Los Altos Park near Lomas in Wyoming that left 1 dead and 6 wounded,
this is all about keeping our community safe.
Former Mayor Richard Berry launched park patrols in 2016, hiring up to 4 security guards to look out for trouble. Today, now 3 years later, and following a murder near a Heights park.
Improving safety and security in our city parks is really our top priority right now.
Mayor Keller's parks director, Dave Simon, is also pushing for upping park safety. But
we're taking a totally different, new, proactive, and better approach.
The city earmarked $1.75 million in the last budget for park security. 2/3 of that money will be spent on physical security upgrades at parks.
And we've identified a lot of parks where we could make some physical safety and security improvements, and we're pricing out many of those projects, and then we are going to get after it.
Veterans Memorial Park is one of a few parks where the city will install new fences, lights, and gates. They're also working on similar improvements at aquatic centers and adding lighting to trailheads in the Heights. The city says it will not spend cash on the old park guards anymore, but instead,
at the present time, the smartest thing to do is to work with APD.
Parks is using about $500,000 to pay for APD officer overtime.
We are only going to be paying for overtime hours when officers are in parks and helping us out.
Now, Parks Director David Simon told us that he is not concerned about those officers being paid overtime from the parks budget and then responding to emergency calls that say happen away from parks. So far, the Parks Department says they have started putting daily police patrols in presences at Coronado Park. Back to you.
All right, Chris, thank you. Now, Parks says much of the physical security improvements will begin construction in the coming months after they figure out just how much all of those improvements will cost.
Friends of a